Hey, ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Ru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, we're going to take a little bit of a break from the league kind of happenings. I think, actually, Ryan, I think you said to me just before we cast here that the group stages are just about done. So we're heading into, more or less, the next postseason with that.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought what we'd do is we take a step back and start highlighting some other kind of, let's say random matches out there. So, Rang, you found us a great match over here. It's a Collombelles between two players that we don't hear a whole lot from. Who do we have?
Yeah, one of them is rather alien. On the left-hand side in blue, we have Xenon Gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 3rd Canadian Infantry / Mechanized Division.
Mm-hmm.
And on the right-hand side, we have Turgon as a Trophy SS Division. And I just realized this is a rather historical matchup, division-wise.
How is that?
Well, the 3rd Canadians kind of fought the Trophy SS during like the initial stages of Normandy campaign, and it got pretty bitter. There's some POW killings, but I won't really get into yet.
Really? I have to look a little more into that myself. Yeah. This was that whole hill thing that you play through in Company of Heroes, isn't it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I do not know.
All right.
I played Company of Heroes in a while, so...
That's fair. That's fair. So Company of Heroes won anyway, so it was a long time ago, to be fair.
I just remember the Tiger Ripman mission.
Oh, that was so beautiful. I played through the campaign so many times. It was so much fun to play a hero tiger with just like, you point and click, you can shoot where you wanted to go. I don't know. It was brilliant. I would have played an entire campaign like that. Anyway, so it is Collombelles. So we have, like you said, an infantry / mechanized division, and we have the 12th over here, and we have all these factory buildings in the middle, so who's going to have the edge there?
I honestly say this is going to be a really close matchup. Both sides have good pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
I think Factory could really go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say more toward the Canadians early on, as they just kind of have the Stormtroopers, and it seems like Turgon's just going for Opal Blitz Panzer Grenadiers instead of getting half-track versions instead, which makes sense. It's a risk reward. You don't get the armored the armored shell vehicle with machine gun, but it's much cheaper. But yeah, it's going to be interesting if Turgon manages to get like a big tank blob later game. It's going to be rather tough for the 3rd Canadians to really deal with it. Personally, as like 3rd Canadians have pretty decent AT options, but not exactly the best compared to other divisions.
I'm really surprised by how mild the breakout is. Now, we're not going to pretend that these guys are the best of the best. I mean, we're not talking like Corbeau with memes here. We're not talking about Walter, so on and so forth. But very often you do see players get a little bit more aggressive, and indeed, it looks at the 12th SS, more or less, it's just saying, you know what, you can have the factory.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a terrible idea for Trophy SS, as they kind of want to be a bit more passive early on, even at the same time they both have the exact same A-phase income. And our Trophy SS units, especially in a factory setting, aren't exactly best. But he's going to be pushing south of the factory with 2 Panzer Grenadier squads. And he's going to run right into that ram too, which won't be too good.
Well, and that sniper for that matter too. That sniper, I mean, I'm sure the Ram 2 will fire one shot. The sniper's looking to finish off that suppression.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even thinking of that Staghound AA to the south. There is like next to no AT down here.
Yeah.
Though we are going to see that Boita Firefly coming on in. And it's been quite a while since we've seen him.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting call. I think Turgon didn't spend all of his points initially, so he could save up to get the Boita Firefly, because he must have at least kept 130 points in reserve when the match started to read bias in the first minute. So that's a very good call on this matchup. With the southern side, it can kill the Ram 2, it can help cover the open ground. I mean, he really needs that long-range fight. Well, not really fire support, but anti-tank support to try and get the edge on this southern open field.
You know, it always surprises me that the Stormtroopers over here for the Canadians do have MP40s, but I guess we'll ignore the historiosity of that.
Well, I guess, you gotta just grab what you can.
Yeah, the Canadians weren't getting those Sten guns. They're all going to all those Brits.
I know, right? And who'd want to use a Sten gun to begin with? Oof.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather go out with, actually, you know what? We both would rather go out with the PPS. Yeah. Now, another random gripe, of course. Pack 38 to the north of this river. Good idea, bad idea?
Good idea. In case a crazy rush was to come. I mean, both sides is probably not going to do any attack along the canal, as it's usually very dumb and always ends pretty poorly. But you might as well just have the AT gun, yeah, just in case. Because sometimes someone always tries to do the canal rush, and uses having one AT gun, yeah, and you know, just get some reinforcements.
Look at this sight line from the Boy to Firefly. Excuse me, sorry. Ram 2 taking us that beautiful line of sight on that Ram 2. Weapons jammed. That is, that's exactly what you're talking about. That was a brilliant position right there.
Now, if he can kill the Ram 2, that would definitely go in his advantage. Because then he could just bring some like cheaper fire support vehicles, such as like 222 and some infantry down south to try and beat the Canadian infantry. Because on the open ground, his infantry is going to absolutely wipe the floor of the rifles and stormtroopers because, you know, 2 MG42s kind of solves all problems.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Now, in the meantime, factory is very, very obviously going over here to the Canadians, and the Germans are saying, you know what, dude, I don't need to build anything.
Yeah.
If I blow it up, you'll still come. Stag-on AA, though, is getting its money worth down to the south, which, again, is always kind of surprising to me as well. Usually these things are first on the field, first off. So...
Yeah. I mean, it's a very nice... I really like seeing good Stag-Hound AA play. I mean, it's very stereotypical for third Canadian players to use them. As it's just a bit of extra fire support. Because that's just an AA unit, but it's also 250 cal machine guns. And you can't really go wrong with 250 cal machine guns that you can with 2 MG42s. You can't really go wrong with 2 of any okay, you can go wrong with 2 Bren guns. You can go really wrong with 2 Bren guns.
Actually, I think I'm more amused by the fact that the Staghound might actually kill the 222, or at the very least stress it out.
Yep, it's going to stress out. I think just the extra armor advantage on the Staghound is just going to be keeping it alive. That's 222 is you know, paper mache armor.
Yes, that is certainly true. Now, interestingly enough, we see a very quick Bedford being called on in to support that Ram 2. Very often, like we said, guys, these are not going to be necessarily the best of the best plays, but this is a very, very unique play, calling in an early supply truck. What is he giving up by doing that?
I mean, he gives up some AT and just points, essentially. I mean, he needed that supply truck because it's much better to just spend your 50 points to repair the Ram rather than buying a whole nother Ram too. But,
True.
That's definitely going to hurt him a little bit, as he doesn't really need it for anything else at the moment. But, you know, it's always good to have an A-phase supply truck in a situation like that, because sometimes, you know, imagine having no A-phase supply truck, your tanks get damaged, and you have to wait like 5 minutes before you can actually do anything again.
Indeed. Even more interesting, we're also going to see that pack howitzer. You know, wow, never mind, the 25-pounder. I always want to call it a pack howitzer. I think it's just because of what we were talking about just before our little cast here started. But of course, that thing is devastating and can even do some really harsh damage, I would say, over to that Firefly if the cards are not with the German side of the field.
Yeah, he can pretty much... It'll take a little bit to stun up the Firefly completely, but it can definitely mess with the accuracy. And also, you know, it's an artillery piece of smoke. If that Firefly starts shooting at you, just smoke in front of it to save your Ram.
Very, very true. Ram 2 is fully back and kitted out. He might get the field again soon, but a Boyta Cromwell being called on into the south. I might be wrong here, but it feels like the 12th SS says, you know what, you can have the buildings, I'll take the territory.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the case. So it is still 50-50, like dead on 50-50 territory rise. So it's really going to be down if Turgon can get over this little hurdle in the southern side where the Canadian infantry is. Yeah, that'll definitely give him the +1 point advantage, and then he can hopefully start making some way down south. But at the same time, Xenon Gun, I mean, his main priority is that Boy the Firefly, and he's using that 25-pounder to try to get the Panda Gun Deers right, but there's no AT anywhere to really contend with the Boy the Firefly. No 6-pounders, no another Ram 2. It's going to be rather tough in this current situation, because that Ram 2, where it is, it's not going to be able to beat out Firefly in an open ground engagement.
No, it is not. I guess I'm very surprised to not see those 6-pounders here.
Yeah.
Is that a misstep?
I know, that's it. Okay, we're finally seeing run now. Even, like, run up north for defense, that could have been a bit of a hole in his gap. Fortunately, Turgon didn't push for it. But now we're seeing it down south, and in that southern elf-shaped forest? Where is he bringing it? Oh, he's bringing it all the way in the far southern forest. It's a pretty decent spot. If the Firefly was to come down south a bit more, he could ambush it and maybe get the kill. Probably, preferably a side shot. But, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. It's definitely going to be good at potentially stopping these 222s and Panda 2s on the southern flank from pushing up too hard.
Potentially, yes. Now, we do have some behind-the-lines kind of recon here. Sniper Scouts is kind of being that boogeyman on the move. And actually, I think I'm also interested to see this furball between the two rifle squads and the Peagrens. You know, you were saying before about, you know, one Peagren squad is the equal, and then some of these Canadians. But it seems without that tank support, this would be a lot closer of a fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the rifles have a little bit. I think one of them is within 100 meters, so they're doing quite a bit more damage out of the SMG. There we go. He's going to be our boy to fire. The Cromwell coming in to save the day.
For half a second, I thought that I saw the Bedford supply truck getting taken on out, but nope, never mind. He's just scooting down to the south, trying to resupply that Staghound, which again is just so weird for me to see a Staghound first of all survive, and then to actually get reloaded. Like, what is this nonsense?
Yeah, when I usually see Staghounds being brought out, it's usually Corbeau just rushing 6 of them down the road in some crazy, you know, like half-track rush thing.
Half-track or half-ass? I missed that.
A half-ass, half-track rush.
But interestingly enough as well, we're also seeing that this whole, I'm going to call this the Yucatan Canadian position down here to the south. One brave lone rifle squad, and his only real benefit here is that there's not really any Germans here to contest him.
Yep, but he's going to get pinned down now, and I mean, Turgon, yeah, he's going to be moving up the Recce squad to try and capture the rifles. Got second six Panda being brought in up north, or in the middle, I should really say. But a body Cromwell, he has range. He can just kill it from long range, easy peasy. And I'd say Turgon really has initiative and an advantage at the moment, and he has the point advantage too at 1-1-1 points. But you need to try to potentially grab a little bit more ground because he can do that. It's just, I think he just needs like some more infantry, a bit more momentum to try and really take advantage of this, because he can push pretty heavily down south once he gets the forces.
Well, maybe once he goes to see the wizard, he will find himself some courage, but for the moment, I think what you said before, so as we go into Phase B, I think you said before is pretty accurate. I think neither player really wants to rush forwards. I think both players want to be sitting back, kind of marshal their strength. While the Canadians definitely build a little bit slower, I would say anyway, comparative to the 12th SS. Nice little big boom there. Finally, the AA gun goes down. I can't help but feel like Canadians want to be marshalling a lot more armored strength before they make that push.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be bringing in a Wolverine now, which is a good counter against a Firefly. Yo, the Firefly in a run does have the armor and penetration advantage compared to the Wolverine. So, in that situation, you'd want 2 Wolverines.
Now, and maybe I'm always confused on this. They both mount the 76mm gun. Why the heck do we see such a crazy different...
The Firefly uses the British one, while the Wolverine uses the American 76.
Gotcha. So we were a lot more concerned about... okay, got it. Yeah. Fair enough.
I know for the American 76, it wasn't as like big to fit into the turret of a tank, while the Firefly was like, the 17-pounder was really crammed inside the turret. Like, if you were the loader or whatnot, you were pretty much crammed inside. And you got a Mosquito over here, and he's going to be dropping a lot of bombs. That's perfect for Wolverine, because he can now rush up and potentially kill the Firefly as it's all stressed out.
Now, here's my... oh no, Opal Blitz comes in. Okay, so I think he's just trying to really load. Okay, this is the time to start dropping smoke. Drop the smoke. Or stress him. Anything you can do. Nope. Fire any rounds off his hull. Too late. Tracks and wheels. Oh, jeez. Yep, between the Ram 2 and the Firefly and the Wolverine. Yeah, that guy's down to die. Yep.
Yeah. And that's a good kill, yeah, from Xenon Gun.
Smoke just drops a little bit too late. What a shame.
Yeah. That's definitely going to put Turgon back quite a bit, because now he's going to, you know, get back from the armor disadvantage that he has now, as he has to contend with a Wolverine and Ram 2 with no proper tanks of his own. It's just that Firefly.
And the death continues.
Damn, it's a really good pushback from Xeno. It's exactly what he needed. Preferably another infantry unit or two to cover his front advance would be pretty good. But for now, he's getting those important kills and another Ram 2 as well. So 2 Ram 2s.
I partially agree with you, but at the same time, I feel like the sniper scouts and even just a single rifle squad along that tree line as you see right there,
Yeah.
that feels like it's more than enough. I mean, sniper scouts, as you can see, of course, don't have that durability in the long term, but that between the tanks and taking, a couple of shots, you pin down an infantry squad in almost an instant, it feels like.
Yeah, it's just also just to have stuff in front of the tanks to, the classic Canadian meat shield. That's what Canadian and Polish infantry for. They're just meat shields.
And there's a joke in South Park. Ooh, Tiger! Oh, Vitman comes out already.
Yeah. Okay, so is he gonna make it past sea phase, Khan?
Probably not.
Probably not. That's my bet. He's not gonna make it past sea phase. But let's see if Vitman can. I was trying to make some pun, but I can't think of like a pun.
Well, sometimes I don't think you really have the Vitman.
My jokes just break down halfway through.
Well, sometimes I feel like I can see your jokes coming from like a mile away. Like Tiger Vitman, you have very bad stealth. Down to the south, these light vehicles are asserting themselves, shockingly enough, pushing back some of the infantry. They might even get that pin before. Never mind. But the 6-pounder is now pinned, and with that, we could see a breakout. Or we could see the 222 waste all of his ammunition, try to kill. Jeez Louise. But no, so the Ram, apparently, I think he sees the next playmate. Yep, he's going to.
Yeah. We've got the Tiger on the field. Honestly, it's a pretty good odds for Tiger, as one Wolverine isn't that scary of a threat, and same with the Ram 2s, and Xeno knows that, and Xeno's going to be pulling back. The Mosquito is, because that can do the same thing. Bloody Mozzies. Need to get some fly swatters, or verbal rings in this case.
Or just any kind of aircraft, really.
Yeah.
Any kind of pressure on it.
The Canadians definitely going pretty hard on the air power. That's the second Mozzie that he brought up, and they're like, what, 200 points roughly, I believe those runs?
That was 180, I might be wrong there, but yeah.
200, but those are pretty, costly.
Yeah, but think about it. He didn't lose the vehicle, or the heavy vehicle that Turgon did. If anything, both players have been fairly consistent about keeping infantry, most things on the field. Sure, they've been dropping some infantry here and there, but it's sniper scouts at 20 points, or a squad of P-Grunts, yes, 30 points, but it's still not that much, all things considered.
Yeah.
Now, I can't help but wait to see this Flampanzer actually do something.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. If he had come around this building, maybe he could, get some flams in.
I think he heard us. Never mind, he's backing up.
Yeah.
Ooh, and the Wolverine does go down. Well shot, Fitman. Well shot.
Alright, yeah, the Rams are going to be backing off, which is the intelligent move here for Turgon.
Well,
bringing in the Panzer II for a bit of leader support.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the rock paper scissors of the animal kingdom, I would say a tiger should beat a Wolverine every single time.
Yes, but it's those bloody fireflies that fly around you have to worry about.
Exactly. Float like a butterfly, sting like a firefly. That's the old phrase, isn't it?
I think that's the old phrase. Yeah, didn't Ali Muhammad say it?
Yes, Ali Muhammad, or as we call them down here south of you, Muhammad Ali. Ali Muhammad. I'm pretty sure we were looking for him a couple years ago, someplace else.
It's like Lee Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or Willis the Bruce. There's another.
Willis the Bruce.
Yeah. Ali Muhammad. I'm sorry, but that tickled my fancy. But now with the rifle leader pushed back, this might even be an opportunity to push onto the factory complex.
It could be if he can take his southern side. Yeah, and you pretty much have the factory surrounded north and south, and you can just kind of encroach into it like an alligator's claws. And it kind of looks like a jaw at the moment around the factory. Like the Germans are about to take a big snap, big bite out of that factory complex. It's like a mouth of
sharp teeth.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a sunk tooth, I guess.
Okay. How about let's say a gluttonous man?
It's a very gluttonous man, a round big chin.
A true American.
A true Very much so. Very much
So in the meantime, though, this command ram down to the south is saying, okay, I cannot back up any further. I'm not sure it's going to look too wonderful for him. But Wittmann here, he is smoked out. Ammo storage hit. The 25-pounder has been used as some nice smoke here.
I do love seeing good smoke play, and that is like prime time smoke play from Xenon Gun. It's, if you can, if the enemy can't see you, you can't see him, and he can't shoot you.
I can't wait for blind firing to be put into this game. That will be hell on my nerves, but I can't wait for blind firing to happen.
No, what they do is add like Panthers with IR vision, and you could shoot through the smoke.
Yes.
Just like Company of Heroes with the
STGs.
Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Imagine running around with one of those backpacks. Jeez.
Quite heavy, if memory serves.
Yeah, I think it was pretty heavy. I mean, now we just stick in a few double A's and call it a day.
Yep, but the Energizer Bunny, he didn't keep going and going and going at that point.
Oh.
Now,
Speaking of going, look up north.
I was just going to make that comment. Between the Sherman 3 as well as 3 trucks, looks like that Pack 38 might finally get some action after all. I think he wishes he wasn't not getting that action, but...
Maybe a little bit overwhelmed. That one Panzer Grenadier squad, not going to be going too well. And this is definitely a good play from Xeno, is that's going to force Turgon to redirect some forces and points up north to try and stop his push. Pack 38 gets one good kill.
Yes, he does. Yes,
he does. Gonna get in.
Ooh, shoot a wounded to the south. Okay, one of the rams to the south does go down. Another Wolverine's in. And the other ram, too, is getting his armor, tries to get his ammo restoraged here. But now it's a nice little duel between Wittmann, and that was a very quick duel. Wow.
You don't mess with a three-star tiger, and it seems like Wittmann's gonna survive till C-phase.
Shh. Folks, next time you hear will be me knocking on fake wood. There we go. Alright. Now that I have that little bit of superstition done, well, there's the mosquitoes. Little bloodsuckers. Oh no, the Wolverine's slashing from the south as well, so...
No!
Oh god. Survive, Wittmann, survive! Pop smoke, do something!
10 seconds, Wolverine! 7, 6...
Crew wounded. Somebody fire smoke, for the love of God! It's not gonna happen. He's gonna die.
Okay, he did survive till C-phase, yo.
Yes, but interestingly enough, I didn't realize he took out the other ram as well, so the only tank that's down there is just that one Wolverine.
Oh. Okay, all jokes aside, that was a pretty good use of Wittmann.
Yes.
His brief 7-minute life. He killed 2 Ram 2s and 2 Wolverines, so he was point efficient still.
Yes, he was.
So, you know...
And there's now so many ME-109s going after this one Wolverine. Hello. Yes.
I actually can't believe that happened.
Why?
I mean, like, it was so close to him, like, he barely got into C-phase. Like, we both lost the bet.
I didn't make the bet. I knew he wasn't gonna live. That poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. With the ME-109s, though, they're doing their own version of the Princess Bride here. And I tried Polston coming in from the south. I never see this guy anymore, either. I wonder why.
It's an awesome unit. I mean,
yes, it is.
320 mils is cool, but Germans have 420 mils, which is a bit cooler.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's a sexier turret too, for that matter.
Yeah, it's like it's like a square, while Tripolson's is like a Jenga tower.
Yeah. Yeah.
A deadly Jenga tower.
And it's at a half track too. I mean, at least the Germans were able to put on something that made sense. Actually, no, the Tripolson's just a truck.
It's just a truck, man.
Yeah. Weak.
Oh, up north we got a Panther over here, which is
Ooh,
a
yes.
little bit overkill, I'd think.
Overkill, yes, but there's no AT up top.
Okay, yeah, fair point. Even the infantry don't have AT, so it's not really that scary. That's the nice thing about fighting against Canadians, is the infantry don't have much AT. Like, it's just the rifle leaders, maybe like a Piat squad if someone decides to bring that hero in.
Well, this rifle squad will get the 259 in just a second. And the Befehle Panzer, well, that should be a bit of a field day for him until that 6-pounder comes up. Or is he finally bringing it up to 6-pounder? I keep waiting to see 17-pounders.
Yeah.
Although I know it will never really happen. But Befehle Panzer to the north now. Can't see diddly squat unless he's on top of them. With everyone in the trees, he's not going to see anything. Even remotely. And lest we forget, the Canadians are now getting a point advantage. 56-44, they are getting that +1. And wow, the Lorraine has just been hit. But the Pigren takes out his revenge on the Wolverine with a nice little Faust.
Good trade.
Yeah, very much a Faustian deal I would take. And shockingly, the factory is still standing.
Yeah, I mean, Turgon hasn't really bothered to go into the factory per se. It's kind of been a pain for him because that area is really giving Xeno slow plus run point advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't been able to really exploit the southern side. I don't think he's going to be able. I mean, he might be able to because there's really nothing in on the south anymore. But at the same time,
there should have been. I mean, there's 2 Wolverines being brought to the north to go after the SS Panzer.
Yeah, really, Turgon. I mean, he has a nice sort of light vehicle blob here. He could move up and just try to do an attack group because light vehicles such as this should be, just in the front line, being blown up, being used to spot AT guns with shiny metal steel, not hidden or crouched behind a tree line here.
You and I have a very different idea about light vehicles, what they're supposed to do. See, you actually use them. I keep them in little orderly lines, that way they look pretty. So when the enemy captures them, he knows he's going to get a nice deal on a good car.
Gotta get that resale value after the war, People
exactly
want to buy it stuff.
Exactly. Guys, we need to make a museum.
I know, right? Dude, if I was back in the war, if I was on time travel, if I had to time travel back and somehow I was thrown into World War II, I would just be trying to steal all the German shit from all the dead bodies. No, I mean, it sounds a bit crude, but think about how much it's worth today, that stuff. At the same time, I'd probably be dead by then, but,
yeah, you bet the guy running out in the middle of the field be like, it's a Luger!
It's an artillery Luger, oh my god. That thing's worth like $8,000 in, 2015.
Yeah. You have no idea. Okay, folks, for half a minute, I wish I was actually recording my face for that, because through that entire hypothetical...
Dude, think about it. Like, helmets back then were like cheap as chips, and now if you want to buy like a World War II helmet, it costs like hundreds of dollars.
True, but here's the question.
So much more in like the material value and what it was actually produced for.
But again, and just hear me out on this one.
Okay.
No offense, but can you imagine a man of your accent trying to pick up all this German equipment?
I just be. You ever seen that one picture online? It's like some Russian dude with like a bunch of guns on his back. He's just like carrying like a dozen guns on his back, and he has like a red face.
As most Russians do. Continue.
I'd be me. I'd have like a bunch of German machine guns and stuff, and hopefully I'd be an American soldier, so I could take it back to America and then just like sell it. Yeah. Because I know it's getting really off topic, but I know for the British and Canadians, they were explicitly told not to do looting because they want to like keep an orderly fashion, not want to seen as like
barbaric.
But barbaric in a sense. Well, Americans had whole shipping lanes and like mail systems to just send stuff back because hey, we're busting our ass over here for something. Might as well try to nick a
quick buck. Oh yes, you can say it. I'm not offended.
Yeah. But nonetheless, back to the match.
Indeed. So back to the north of the field. We do see still it is 53-47. The Canadians are almost aspiring to hit that 500 ticket value, and here we go. So with only a little bit of time left to go, we finally hit the 500 ticket mark for somebody.
Yep, and it seems like it's going to be a bit of a stalemate up north because the Wolverines probably don't want to go around the corner. And the Panther probably doesn't want to go around the corner. So they're probably just going to, stay back and do their thing.
Except when you see all of these vehicles shoot at a Pioneer Squad, and the Pioneer Squad just decides to melt.
Yeah.
Interestingly, we do have... Oh, here comes a Ju-88.
Oh. He's got a Ju-88. That's such a... He has such a weird plane choice for...
Yes.
I mean...
Yes, but he took out a Wolverine with it, though. He took out a Wolverine, so you know what? I can't complain already. And he stunned up the entire northern flank. It is all gone.
Okay, that did work, because you never usually see Ju-88 period for tank divisions. Okay, except for maybe like second, but that's like the cost of bomber one, which is a bit different. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, that was everything's just fallen back, and rightfully so.
Meanwhile, the light vehicles start to peek out of their cell down to the south of the map, as very intelligently ducking around these trees. Now, unfortunately for them, they don't know that our camera crew sees a Firefly moving in from the southwestern flank. So, what should have been a great punch about, 10 minutes ago, is probably going to end up being an entire carcass of burnt-out hulks.
The best thing to do in this case is just hide behind the tree line and hope that Firefly doesn't get too close. That's my strategy, Cotton. Is it a bold one?
It is a bold one. Let's see if it works. Well, he's doing it. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's doing it. Alright, so aufklären. Okay, so throw every guy you can behind this. Maybe we can sneak enough guys up here. It'll be just like assault for American gladiators.
If we don't move, they can't see us.
Well, at this point, I'm just saying, 25 pounder, shell all of it, and either you do enough HP damage, or you can just, send in, 2 squads of infantry, maybe even send in that Piat squad you've been just holding in your back pocket for some strange reason.
Yeah. We got a Staghound coming in to support the Firefly. We also have a Panther down south, too, but Turgon's going to be a bit passive with it. No one to... I understand, there could be an AT gun anywhere, but, definitely want to try and move it up in the future. It's been a pretty passive match from both sides. Okay, Xenon Gun has done a pretty good assault up north, but it hasn't been any crazy groundbreaking pushes. It's been 50-60% lines for most of this match, I'd say.
True.
70% maybe.
But think about how much you can snowball with these particular divisions.
Yeah.
We talk often about the fact that the infantry divisions, you get no foot speed whatsoever. Ooh, one Tripolston goes down. Yeah, I was going to start doing that too, but I was like, you know what? Someone's going to start laughing like the count, and it ain't going to be me. Wow, Mosquito comes in, bombs the bejesus out of that entire fortress. And they're all going to die as they retreat into the line of fire for that Firefly.
Yeah.
What I was going to say, though, is that we complain often enough about how a lot of the infantry divisions are very, very slow. You can't capitalize on any real breakthrough. But both of these guys, they definitely have the possibility to do so.
Yeah. Canadians, you actually have really good breakthrough options. As you have kangaroos. You haven't actually seen any kangaroos, which makes me a bit sad, to be honest. Because kangaroos are such a good unit, man.
True.
There's 4 armor, it has a 50 cal. It's called a bloody kangaroo. You can't go wrong with that.
Well, I tell you what you can go wrong with, sticking all your troops behind a forest and then not letting them get out and attack. That's 2 dead. That's 3 dead.
3 dead.
And one more shot. 4.
That was a rather good mosquito kill.
Well, let's also give a nod over to that 25 pounder as well. He stressed them out a little bit, and he was like, "Quick, to the flanks!" And then that's when the mosquito came in, and then that's when everything died.
Yep. We got the Panther here now, and he's getting some shots onto the Staghound.
It is always so weird to me to see that low command Stewart, because I never think to myself of the chassis as being the Stewart. I always think it has to have that turret on it too.
Yeah, it seems it's like the model has only been half rendered.
Well, I'm pretty sure I feel like that's why they made him in the first place. It was like, okay, oh guys, we need something for a commander. He's not gonna be fighting anyway. Give him this thing with no turret. We're almost done with it anyway.
We'll just put him in a hole.
Yeah, exactly. Give him a gun so he feels important. A machine gun, make it a small one.
Yeah.
But an Achilles comes in. Wolverine is engaging. Or is it the Firefly? Yeah.
Firefly. It's
the crew knocked out.
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty even Stevens matchup, to be honest. Now we got the Spitfire coming in.
Retreat, you fool! Retreat!
Bugger out! Bugger
Too late.
out. Yeah.
He's gonna get stressed. Damn.
But he's.
But the pain train at ME-109s.
Choo choo.
Oh, don't break away, you cowards! Strafe the ground.
We've got a second Panther coming up here.
Really, we do?
Yeah, all the way down south.
Oh, I got distracted by the Spitfire, almost getting taking a target here.
I didn't get it.
Oh, and there's a Vesp as well. Ooh, that's oddly sexy. Don't come after me for my turn-ons. It's a small idea. To the north, though, like you said, we have kind of... Well, we've not really done a whole lot. But I think the Ju-88's coming in now. Yep, Ju-88 coming in.
Yeah,
he's coming on top of the Firefly and that Staghound. This is either going to be beautiful or it's going to suck. And with the size of those bombs...
Yeah, those are the 2 1,000 kilogram runs. So that's blockbusting territory.
Well, no leadership anymore, but...
Nope. And the Panther, he's trying to get an angle on.
Ooh, you're right. That's an interesting positioning.
Yeah, it's... The tree line's going to be blocking his line of sight, yo, so... He's not going to want to be doing that. Tried to do the half-track rush, but
Yeah.
Achilles...
Wrong side.
Tells him no. No, you're not.
Achilles says, you know what? I don't like getting shot in the heel. Let's see how you like it. And, you know, one thing leads to another. And another Wolverine being brought on in, so they are taking no chances with the big cat down south, and why would you?
Yeah, you definitely want to get all the AT you can, especially against Strophe Panzer, because as you can see, you can get a lot of Panthers as Strophe Panzer SS.
But, strangely enough, some of this Panther had a shot on the Firefly, but not the other way around.
Okay, he's going to be shooting the Firefly now. The Wolverine isn't too much of a threat. I believe Wolverine's at max range, roughly.
Yeah, he is.
He can't really penetrate. But he can do a bit of morale damage. Staghound coming in now. I don't think he has a line of sight. No, he doesn't. Just kills the Raki squad. All clear.
And at long last, that Firefly does go down at least.
Yeah. Oh god, this is pretty bad for a Panther down south. I mean, I know even if he kills the Wolverine, he's in between a bit of a hard place with Staghound coming onto his behind.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, I kind of didn't appreciate that he only has that 5 armor on the sides here, and here is ignominious death. No, JU88 comes in again. Oh my gosh, this could be the absolute brilliant save.
I need bombs right on top of me.
Danger close.
That's just...
that literally did save his life.
That shouldn't have happened.
Oh jeez.
That shouldn't have happened. But
and with that, the Germans will take it 51-49.
That's such like a cock block. But Staghound is just so close to getting that like lovely flank on the Panther. And then 2 1,000-kilogram bombs ruin your day. Oh god. And then the Panther's being forced to retreat now, so Achilles and Wolverine chase it. But damn. And then here comes the Messerschmitt pain train. But here's the thing about the Messerschmitt pain train, Khan.
Yes.
You need to have the pain train flying around already, like, because they're a bit slow.
True.
He chases every time, but the Messerschmitt isn't that great for intercepting unless they're like close up.
True, but making these gun runs at these tank destroyers is still not perfect, but it is at least a positive.
It's helping out for sure. For visual.
Even with that Crusader down there, ooh, what is this? Are we guys seeing 88? No, Pack 43, isn't it?
40. I think it's just Pack 40.
Oh man, never mind. That's a cock block.
Yeah. This is pretty good for Turgon. I mean, he needs to catch up a lot point-wise to really bring us back. But I mean, looking up north, let's really just take a gander up here. Panther Grenadiers are kind of holding. The Panther got killed.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's that Wolverine. Yeah, Wolverine has 1 AP round gone, so it's a 6-pounder. So between the two of them.
Yeah.
But those Messerschmitts, so they're going off those ground targets. That's what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Not even like a shock and awe moment. It's just a shock and delay slightly.
Yeah, just keep him back a little bit. I mean, at this point, Turgon, he's not going to take any ground up north, but he might as well just try to hold on. Well, he needs to hold on for what he's got. Panther down south, yo, is just picking off targets.
What about the one in the center here, too?
Oh, damn, yeah.
Oh, wow. No, actually, I didn't see the 2 Crusaders go down.
Dude, if he was just to, like, just move up all his, like, vehicles through the center, he would capture so much ground.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like a big mistake that Turgon's been making. He needs to be much more aggressive with, like, vehicles and half-tracks. I mean, he is taking Troph SS without the half-tracks. Which, I mean, it does work. It does work. I personally prefer half-tracks, though.
Typhoon AT starts coming on in.
Yeah.
But yep, you probably could have called Turgon Saladin for the way he was shooting those Crusaders.
Yeah.
But 52-48, it looks like we're just going to go back to about an even Stevens match here. Like you said, if he could have gotten that +2, +3, which he should have been able to get, like with these, Opal Blitzes and half-tracks that are just now in the wrong area altogether, this could have been over.
Well, Flamethrower half-track finally getting some action. It's not flaming anything yet. Please flame something. Pretty please.
Come on, ignite a little love in my heart. I know you didn't start the fire, but it was always burning. Just unleash it. Flame on. There we go.
There we go. I can die happy man now.
You have very low expectations from your life.
Yeah. Very, very low. But you know what they say, Khan? Low expectations is the key to happiness.
I had no idea how to respond to that.
It's true.
That's true. That's true. But I want to be able to walk underneath the bar. I don't really want to have to limbo underneath my bar of happiness. So, but that's a philosophical discussion for another time.
Very, very deep one. Flame Panzers. I can really die happy now.
Oh wow. Okay, you know what? Now I can die happy. You're right. There we go. It's the 4 Musketeers. If the Musketeers used flame.
Yeah.
And even better, there is very little anti-tank there. So, get on in there, boys. Go catch that beautiful butterfly. But with just over a minute left, these guys... Okay, don't use machine guns. Get in there.
This is just fast move. Why not?
Don't even need a fast move. Just get close enough to use the flame. You have it for a reason, my friend. You're not the half-track Zippo lighter for no reason. They're out of range of that, aren't they?
Yeah. I think I don't even see it.
That was 260. Okay.
They don't see it.
Jerks.
Yeah.
Charge the buildings!
Nope.
Yeah, well, it's worth a shot. One more Ju-88 airstrike to the north, so see how many things it kills this time, considering all those things are soft-skin targets. I'm calling at least 2.
Yeah.
2! Nailed it!
God, we never see a bomber often, but by God, it's two big runs, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you put a big wet one on one side, put a big wet one on the other side, and just,
To blue.
Yep. So they get that one... Okay, so each of those guys got one burst of flame off, and that was it. Looks like it's a draw for today.
Yeah.
And I'm interested. Wow. Look at the point difference.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Turgon traded really efficiently at match, but he didn't, take advantage of it. Like, he was way too passive in that southern side. He needed, some lighter vehicles just to take ground after his Panthers killed everything. Because it was open. That whole southern side was open towards the end of the match.
No, Ju-88. Shockingly enough, only had 4 kills. I feel like he should have gotten more than that.
Yeah,
wow. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, it was a stun in that count, but damn, Rittman, yeah.
Rittman did well. The Venigo, the Befehl Panther did well. Fehrenbach did pretty well as well. That's the one who started picking off guys at the end.
Yeah.
Medeiros. Is that really a Canadian name? I never really knew.
Medeiros?
Yes.
Oh, let me see.
Fehrenbach is one of his kills, along with Sexsmith. So apparently that guy's definitely a ladies' man.
I don't know, that sounds... I don't know, maybe it's French-Canadian?
One of the random Quebecois people?
Oui.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Vimmen did well, you're right.
He did, yeah, Turgon traded really efficiently. He's just too slow in the ground game, which is a bit of a shame. Because if he just played a bit more aggressively, that game would have been his victory.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's the thing with like Steel Division. I understand, like, especially in a 1v1, you always never know when to push because there's always the possibility of an AT gun being in every single tree line, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes in the Roger side of the buff, you just do it.
So get up and go. You're absolutely right.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
True, but if one of your dreams is to star in a Transformers movie, run in the other direction. Run as fast as the legs will take you. Ugh.
Yeah.
Shouting Optimus Prime all the way. Ugh. In the meantime, though, so what do we have up for Thursday?
I think we've got a 2v2 coming up for Thursday. It's not Steel Division League stuff, but it's just another random 2v2 featuring a
Yeah.
spider.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're going back to for our eight-legged freaks here. I'm actually pretty excited. He's always entertaining to watch. So,
Yeah.
folks, feel free to come back on Thursday. It's been another great game, and in fact, I think keep an eye out for the postseason from us as well. I think we have the finals this season, don't we, Rang?
Yeah, we're gonna be trying to cover the finals for SD League Season 2 when they happen. So, more information,
Indeed. Indeed. So, folks, for right now, we'll see you all soon. I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.